All right. This is the second sketchbook tour. This is the second of my ancient sketchbooks. This one says 2000. Drawing, I don't know when it was labeled. I can tell right over here that there's been several pages removed. Originally, this was a 70-sheet sketchbook. I don't think there's 70 in there now, probably closer to 50. So let's dive in. Let's see. 2000, I was born in 87. So 2000 would have been, I would have been 13-ish. So middle of middle school, maybe getting close to my 8th grade year. Could have been part of my 8th grade year. So let's check. I also don't know if 2000 is the beginning of it or the end of it. Ah, yes. Just random color fields. But these kind of things are fun sometimes. This is indicative of there was something else here. There's a big smudge. So there was something else on that first page that I pulled out. And I can tell because of this. I wonder what that was. I do have a whole bunch of torn out pages somewhere that I can probably get into at some point. But I think we've all done things like this. It's like a coloring book where you just set things out and you work, you know, on the therapy of just drawing and filling things in. It's enjoyable. Of course, like I ran into in my last sketchbook tour, there's many things that are not completed, and that will probably be a theme for my life. So, this next page, we don't really have too much. I'm not sure what I'm looking at here. This looks like it might be a face, like a Cthulhu-esque kind of thing, and this kind of just looks like an onion thing. These would be fun to come back to and try to build into something in the future. We have my attempt at drawing a mech. With this big old rifle and this spear on the back. Probably Gundam inspired if I had to guess, just based on the time period from which these come. That's fun. It's a single eye holding two irises and then the really awkward face underneath. And some maybe kind of spider robot thing. Yikes. Yes, we see more spider robot thing here. Man, this sketchbook is so old. 2000, 23 years old. It's crazy. So we've got like a mechanical spider thing here. It has 1, 2, 3, 4. It has 8 eyes. I evidently got frustrated with this, even though it's so simple, and drew a very simple one down here below. Nice. Okay, so this is intriguing. This is one of the first pieces of color that I see in my old work, and it's also attempting to get some shading on the side of this tree, and that branch is really ugly. And yeah, there's little bugs. No, maybe not bugs. Yeah, there's a butterfly right there. That might be supposed to be a mushroom. These are tops of flowers. I didn't quite finish it again, but that's gonna be common. Yeah, intriguing. Color usage is quite muted. Might be just because of time. I can see a little bit rubbed off over here. Okay. Ah, yes, I do remember drawing lots of these. I think I started playing guitar when I was in 6th grade, and I played pretty regularly all the way through the end of high school and into the first couple years of college. And I played in a lot of punk bands. And though I've never owned a guitar like this, there's always that piece of me when, you know, the same piece of me that wanted to like shave all my hair off and have a mohawk and have giant tattoo sleeves that wanted to have a guitar like this. This is a Flying V that's based off of one of Gibson's designs. This is kind of reminiscent of a BC Rich or a Gibson Explorer. They have got some different guitars that kind of look like that. This kind of is just hilarious and also reminds me a little bit of like Majora's Mask. I think there was, in that Zelda game, there was a shark guitar. Maybe. All right, then we got some weird centipedal creature. Well, actually, it's not a centipede at all. It's just got 6 legs. Okay, I don't have a whole lot to say there. This was inspired by Mech Warrior, for sure. I played a lot of Mech Warrior video games growing up. My dad actually used to play Mech Warrior 1 on AOL dial-up against some of his buddies in the military. And yeah, it was a great game for the time that it came out. I played most of the Mech Warrior games following that. They're awesome. I'm kind of looking forward to From Software's Armored Core game that's coming out this year, because I think it's going to be kind of that same vibe. I imagine I can scratch that itch by playing that game, so I'm excited. But yeah, this is a really, I mean, obviously, like the way these legs go up underneath the torso, it's like it can walk forward maybe, but it can't turn. There's no axis. This is kind kind of inspired by Mech Warrior as well. It reminds me, the body structure reminds me of a Mech Warrior called a Puma. But more intriguing, it's going up the side of a wall. It's got these like hook shot type things anchoring out there. There's a gun on its top, of course. I like how we're looking at the side of the wall, but then this thing is definitely drawn from, like, we're looking at it from a totally different angle. And these are maybe supposed to be, oh, it's a hole. It's a hole and then there's a crystal inside. And these are supposedly the footprints this thing is leaving. Intriguing. These look organic and non-articulated, but yeah, kind of fun. Okay, and here's a zoomed out version of this. Okay, these are probably actually from Command & Conquer, and these are probably based on the stealth tanks from Command & Conquer. So this is very reminiscent of that kind of design. And I can tell looking through the page, like that's what we're going to get to. So yes, these are very much inspired by Command & Conquer, Total Annihilation, and real-time strategy games like that. I love real-time strategy games. They might have been the first ones that really pulled me into that. So we've got it says Hellfire rocket launcher, Orienta UE Black Ops Mammoth tank. Yeah, absolutely. Command & Conquer, Starburst rocket launcher, Scout tank. Cool. I was expecting to find things like this. This is intriguing. These are not of my design. This one is. I can tell that that's me trying to do it on my own. These two are from some kind of science fiction book cover or from some video game. I'm not able... There was a lot of science fiction artists who do these beautiful paintings way back in the day, and my dad had a lot of those books. And so I think these are from there. I just remember, like, my middle school self was not capable of rendering things in this way from imagination, so these have to be copied from something. But the little explosion's coming along. It's just an eye on this one. We'll just go ahead and skip past. Oh, cool. So these, let's see. Vampire Fighter is from Total Annihilation. Imperial Fighter might be as well, but these are my design. As is this. You can tell I don't really know how I'm articulating things, but I'm trying to make it look like a stealth fighter. This is kind of cool. Inverted cruiser. Okay. So I wonder if maybe it travels this way instead of this way, like it looks like it should. Just trying to draw Calvin and Hobbes and evidently get frustrated with Hobbes. So, poor Tiger. Alright, let's jump a couple pages ahead. Oh, cool! This is not terrible. This is a drum set. So, again, I spent a lot of time in bands and a lot of time playing music, so I have this merger here of my two loves at that point in time. Alright, let's jump ahead and see what we run into. Cool! I think this is supposed to be like a nano machine. It's got all these arms and devices on it to work on this cube, or the cube might be separate. I think we're probably going to see something about them on this following page. Yeah, so this is like them repairing like a metal bar that's been broken or ripped apart in some capacity. So yeah, just little nanobots and machines. Lots of sci-fi in my brain. That was probably attempting to be a hand, and as we all know, hands are quite difficult. So not only did I not finish the hand, I left a finger off of it and jumped ship and went to a different page. What secrets do these 3 pages behold? Now, I know a lot of people tear pages out of their sketchbooks when they don't contain something good. I did not do that. I tore things out of my sketchbook when I liked them. So there's a good chance that some of the cooler drawings are out of here. Either I gave them to people, I put them in a binder, there's just a finger, or something along those lines. But it's also not like unequivocally true. It's not like all the best drawings are out of these sketchbooks because of that. It's just I think I went through at one point and was like, I'm gonna take all my swords that I've drawn and put them in a folder. I'm gonna take all my mechs that I drew and put them in a folder. And so I'll have to go see if I can try to find those. But this sketchbook, like I mentioned, is pretty complete. Just missing a couple, maybe a dozen pages here and there. Spider webs. It was fun sometimes just to cover a whole page. Didn't finish these because, well, we've got some demon butcher guy. He's got this, whatever the heck kind of weapon that is. I was going to say halberd, but it's really not. It's just something. It's dripping blood, of course. Very little muscle definition, but it was probably fun. It was probably fun for me to draw and put together. Drawing evil things is often very entertaining. Some more spaceships. Great. I need to start drawing spaceships again. I've been drawing mostly organic things for the last little while, and it's relaxing in a way, but I gotta start drawing more spaceships. They're just fun, and science fiction just never gets old for me. Again, kind of a hand. It was gonna be a monster, probably a singular eye. If I had to guess, it's probably inspired by Mega Man, one of the bosses in there that had a single eye. Some more sci-fi kind of mechanical things. Little spaceship. No idea. Trying to work out how the arm would function, how it would move around. Looks like I started some kind of Gundam thing and got distracted. Kind of looks a little bit like Mega Man stuff, too. Oh, and we come here, we've got these two cloaked figures. We've got this guy, which is vaguely reminiscent. The head structure is vaguely reminiscent of the aliens from Independence Day. Oh, there's two sets of faces. There's a face here, and there's these two eyes, too, and then there's, like, crests. These kind of look like pencils. And we've got these giant arms and maybe being pumped full of stuff like Bane. Interesting. So these guys remind me of Pose from Ocarina of Time, from Zelda Ocarina of Time. That's what these guys remind me of. So, cool. That's kind of fun. Looks like we got a dragon coming up here. 1, 2, 3. So it's like fingers. It's got the way that it's jointed here. That's intriguing. And the tail. Yeah. Not too bad. Not too bad. So let's keep going. We have another spaceship type of thing. Almost looks like stairs, but that wouldn't make a whole lot of sense, I don't think. Yeah, not a whole lot to say there. That seems like a single building. Yeah, it just looks like a random building of some kind. This is inspired, I'm almost certain, by the Tyranids from Warhammer 40k. These very much look like Carnifex claws, and so I'm pretty sure that's what this is. That's what this is inspired from. I had a buddy in middle school, and then also in high school, who did a lot of Warhammer 40k. He played Chaos Space Marines, but yeah, they're just kind of insectoid creatures. If you played StarCraft, they're a lot like the Zerg, but yeah, very, very intriguing, very cool. This guy's got this tiny little head, and then these like big beefy arms, and this one's got like his arms missing, and he's got like a cannon on it. Cool. Backwards legs, like a goat. This is a gun of some kind, I'm sure. Maybe this is supposed to be a hand holding it. I can't really tell. Some kind of weird ray gun. Probably inspired by Marathon, which was the predecessor to Bungie's Halo series. I do remember this guy for some reason. This like weird serpentine dragon thing. Yeah, just kind of intriguing little arms and the serpentine body. Looks like I was starting to work on perspective here. Okay, and then definitely more Tyranids from 40k here. This is a Carnifex. It's a bummer that it's blurred so much. I'm pretty sure I drew it in pencil first, and it had most of the detail there. Awesome creatures with these 4 giant claws that I think would heat up, and they could cut through APCs and tanks and stuff like butter. So, not a bad representation, copying a little work there. Another spaceship. We've got 3 engines. Presumably the engines are underneath. We've got some cannons over here, and it looks like probably rocket launchers. Ooh, I got ambitious, and I made a huge one that took up the whole page with this giant cannon and little teeny cannons. So, and then this massive rocket and all this plating. This is intriguing. I was a little bit more ambitious in this design. Cool. These kind of things would be fun to redesign, I think. What is this? I do not know what I'm looking at. It looks like... These look like... They're robots of some kind, but they're fire. Like, what's... I am not sure what I'm looking at. This would have been me thinking about, like, hey, if I was going to build my own real-time strategy, what would that look like? And so I think these are, like, basics of, like, map structures and things like that. What is going on here with this guy? This might be inspired by Star Trek, by the crystalline entity that Lore worked with, Data's brother. Maybe? That's DNA. You know, I probably was working on these during class at one point or another. Oh, cool. This guy's kind of fun. That's like way too many engines and makes no sense at all, but yeah, I'll take it. That's my name, because as you do. So yeah, more spaceships. I kind of like the overarching wing design here. This is cool. These are kind of Total Annihilation inspired again, I'm pretty sure. These are great. These are kind of the same train of thought, little mech things. Cool. This guy's got like almost a tail or something coming off there. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a half circle. That's somebody playing guitar. It was probably supposed to be me. Something wigged me out and I quit. It's a flying V. There's a hand on the frets, so I know, and obviously it's a body back behind. I was probably planning on building out a whole drawing. Oh, this is fun. This is like a little like monkey guy with a pig. That I don't think I drew the pig. I'm pretty sure I didn't draw that pig. That doesn't look like my line weight. My guess is my buddy Luke in high school did that. So, yeah, this is like a cyborg monkey pig thing. It's attacking a town. In fact, I think I might have drawn this guy, and I think my buddy might have taken my sketchbook and like drawn the spaceship blowing him up and the pig. Yeah, not sure what that is. That looks like another rendition, a very simple rendition of the little piggy dude. He's got a spiky tail. This was probably going to be a dragon. You can tell by the eyes and like the smoke coming out here. More robot-y things, but this again is kind of like a map for a real-time strategy game. Ah, a maze or a labyrinth of some kind. Cool. Start, and then of course I didn't finish it because I guess I don't finish things. Math homework. More math homework. And I guess that's it. Oh, that was just kind of like cool, like halberd thing. But I'm not sure if I did it. The line weight looks like my buddy, a different friend of mine. That might have been mine. That kind of a cool halberd. It's all broken. It's got these like lines around it and whatnot. Did I draw on the back? Yeah, I often draw on the back of sketchbooks. So we can see here this little alien guy, very much like the Geiger alien. That's a Borg cube. Earth, Pluto, Jupiter. Yeah, this big old alien with 4 arms, giant legs, and the spiky tail. So yeah, that's from 2000. So thanks for tuning in to see all of the weirdness, the funny, the maze, and the math. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Have a good one, y'all.